Here is your latest African news. Tunisia. African refugees in Tunisia demand evacuation to different countries. Dozens of refugees and migrants in Tunisia are demanding evacuation to other countries. The refugees, mostly survivors of illegal immigration attempts by sea to Europe, have been staging a sit-in in front of the office of the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, UNHCR, in the Tunisian capital Tunis. Equipped with blankets, the refugees, many of whom are women and children, spend the night on cardboard boxes spread out on the ground amid suitcases containing their personal belongings. They denounce the United Nations in action. Migrants and refugees in Tunisia, particularly from sub-Saharan Africa, regularly complain of being subjected to verbal and physical abuse in Tunisia. The majority of these migrants were rescued off the coast of Tunisia after their boats capsized while they were trying to reach the European continent clandestinely. According to statistics from the Tunisian Forum for Economic and Social Rights, the Tunisian Coast Guard intercepted 25,657 migrants attempting to cross the Mediterranean in 2021, almost double the number from the previous year. Mali receives 2 Russian military helicopters. The ruling military government in Bamako has received a new shipment of Russian equipment for the Malian armed forces, including 2 combat helicopters and surveillance radars. The official Twitter account of Mali's presidency posted images of the unloading of the cargo from the Russian cargo plane that brought the equipment to Bamako's international airport. The colonel, who took power in August 2020 in the midst of security turmoil, have drawn closer to Russia and denounced France, who had significant prior interest in the country. On March 31st, Bamako received 2 Russian combat helicopters and radars, MiL Mi-35P attack helicopters, and 59 N6TE mobile radar systems, according to the specialized newsletter Africa Intelligence. Central Africa War Crime Court to open first trial. The Central African Republic Special Criminal Court is due to hear its first trial 7 years after it was formed. The hybrid court, staffed by both international and Central African judges and prosecutors, was set up to investigate war crimes and crimes against humanity committed in the past 2 decades. The court in Bangui has been praised by some as a model of justice in a country blighted by decades of civil war. Others have cast doubt on its effectiveness. The defendants in its first trial are members of 3R, one of the most powerful armed groups in the country. They're accused of massacring dozens of people in the northwest of the country. Kenya. Boston Marathon. Double win for Kenya as Paris Jepchirchir and Evans Chebet win titles. It was a double victory for Kenya at the Boston Marathon as Evans Chebet dominated a stellar field to claim the men's title, and reigning Olympic champion Paris Jepchirchir took the women's title. The last time Kenya took the top 3 spots on the podium was in 2012. Kenyan Evans Chebet pulled away with about 6.4 kilometers, 4 miles to go to win the race, picking up his first major victory in 2 hours, 6 minutes and 51 seconds, with fellow Kenyans Lawrence Cherono and Benson Kipruto coming in second and third. The 126th running of the Boston Marathon marked the event's return since the coronavirus pandemic forced a cancellation in 2020 and a delay to early October in 2021. Ethiopia. Ethiopian youth head to Russian embassy in Addis Ababa for recruitment into war. Ethiopians have reportedly volunteered to fight on Russia's side in its war with Ukraine, but Russia say that it will decline their overtures in keeping with international law. The Russia embassy in the capital of Ethiopia, Addis Ababa, received dozens of young Ethiopian men expressing support for Russia. Following the rumors making the rounds in the country of the embassy's recruitments, the eager young men teamed in their numbers in the hopes of getting enlisted for war. Many of their young men gathered at the embassy with a few of their belongings. When interviewed, stated various reasons for their decision to show solidarity with Russia. Ethiopia and about 17 other African countries did not participate in the UN session to vote on a resolution that condemned the Russian-Ukraine war. Meanwhile, authorities in Senegal were recently angered by allegation that the Russian embassy in Senegal had issued a notice to recruit citizens to fight in the war. Botswana wants its place among liberation movements in Southern Africa. Botswana has said it should take its place among liberation movements in southern Africa despite not getting independence through an armed struggle like many of its neighbors. President Mokgweetsi Masisi said Botswana and our people gave support to the liberation movement in the region, thus becoming a safe transit for many liberation fighters. Masisi made the comment during Mozambican President Philip Nyusi's state visit to Botswana. Botswana obtained its independence through the pressure of mass political parties in 1966. Angola, Mozambique, Namibia, South Africa, and Zimbabwe achieved theirs through armed struggle, and Botswana was a transit and safe haven for refugees and guerrilla fighters from these countries. Great news! Tunacheki, Kunda Kids, and Nala have partnered together to bring you Maua and the Gardens of Plenty, our first African children's book for free. Nala is a money transfer app that uses the latest technology and works with local communities to make payments as hassle-free as possible. The easy-to-use app allows anyone to quickly send money from the UK to Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Ghana, with many other African countries and currencies coming soon, at the lowest rates available. To get a free copy of Maua and the Gardens of Plenty for yourself, family, or friends, download the Nala app, use the code KUNDAKIDS, and make a transfer of as little as £1. For those in the US, you can download the app and RSVP for your free book coming next month. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, follow, share, and like our video. It's the best way of supporting us. And remember, Africa is watching.